All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something pretty fun.
Yeah.
The world of celebrity annoyance.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so we've got a top 10 list
Okay.
of the most annoying celebrities, and this is straight from the website, the top 10s.
All right.
And it's all about user votes and comments.
Okay.
But
I'm intrigued.
it kind of makes you think, like, is it just personal taste?
Right.
Or is there, like, something more to it?
Yeah. Is there something deeper going on, like psychologically or, you know, culturally even?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what actually makes a celebrity annoying?
Yeah.
So let's jump right in here. At the top of the charts of annoyance,
All right.
we've got Justin Bieber at number 1,
Okay.
followed by Kim Kardashian at number 2,
Makes sense.
and then Miley Cyrus at number 3.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rounding out the top 5, we've got Paris Hilton and Kanye West.
Oh, yeah, a very diverse
Oh.
group.
That for sure.
But I feel like I've been seeing some of the same criticisms over and over again, like overexposure.
Oh, for sure. I was going to say that, like, you just can't escape these people.
It's just too much.
Yeah, it's like you said, even if they're talented and, like, have charisma,
Right.
it can get old after a while if they're constantly, like...
Shoved in your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you've got the whole debate about authenticity versus image.
Right.
Like, take Kim Kardashian, for instance. Yeah, some people think that she's so annoying because she just seems so fake and overly manufactured.
Right.
But, like, isn't that kind of her brand?
Yeah, that's true. Like she's built an entire career off of this like carefully constructed image.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think it's like we want to believe in the fairy tale,
yeah.
but we also kind of want to peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, we want the dirt.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, see the real person behind the facade.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it can be pretty jarring when like what we see behind the curtain doesn't match up with what we thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of expectations,
Yes.
Miley Cyrus is someone who's really pushed the boundaries.
Oh, absolutely.
She went from, like, you know, Disney darling to twerking on a wrecking ball.
I remember that era.
And a lot of people were not happy about it.
Yeah, I think it makes people uncomfortable when celebrities, especially ones that we think we know so well,
Yeah.
when they challenge what we think is normal,
Yeah.
especially like, you know, sexuality and gender.
Yeah.
I think it makes people nervous because it's like change is scary.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move beyond the top 5 and look at some cases that are a little bit more nuanced,
Okay.
starting with Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay.
She's at number 8,
Yeah.
and the comments about her are fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you've got some people who find her annoying because of her political views,
Right.
which they think clash with her trans identity.
Yeah. Her very existence is challenging a lot of people's really deeply held beliefs about gender and identity.
Yeah,
And, you know, people get really defensive when you question their core beliefs.
for sure.
Yeah, that's human nature.
It kind of makes you think, like, how much do we expect our celebrities
Right.
to align with our own beliefs?
Exactly. Like, should they have to use their platform to advocate for certain causes, even if it risks alienating some of their fans?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's a really tough situation to be in,
Yeah. And then, of course, we have Donald Trump
of course.
lurking at number 10.
Makes sense.
I don't think anybody's surprised to see him on this list.
No, not at all.
He's like the ultimate example of
oh,
how celebrities have become so intertwined with
Yeah.
politics.
Yeah, he's such a polarizing figure, and he just evokes such strong emotions.
Yeah, I mean, the comments about him are like a perfect reflection of
Oh, yeah,
how divided we are as a country.
absolutely.
You've got people praising his business acumen,
Yeah.
you know, his telling it like it is attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got others who condemn his policies and his rhetoric.
Yeah, it's so interesting how someone like Trump can basically become like a Rorschach test
Oh, totally.
for our own political beliefs.
Yeah, it's less about him and more about what he represents.
Right. All right, one more intriguing case before we move on.
Okay.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh, interesting.
She's kind of a newcomer to the list, but she's climbing the ranks pretty quickly,
I can see that.
thanks in part to her role in Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's obsessed with that show.
And she's kind of grappling with this dilemma that a lot of breakout stars face.
What's that?
Like, how do you evolve as an artist
Right.
and stay true to yourself,
Yeah.
but also maintain, like, the authenticity that made you famous in the first place?
Yeah. How do you not alienate your fans in the process?
Yeah, and some people are finding her Wednesday persona a little grating.
Really?
Yeah, they think that she's playing the gloomy teen thing a little too hard.
I mean, she's young, though.
I know.
She's figuring it out.
But there's this sense that she's kind of wasting her youthful looks.
Okay.
You know, like the dark makeup and the moody expressions.
Interesting.
It's like they want her to stay frozen in time,
Right.
forever playing that one character that they fell in love with.
Yeah, but people change and artists change. Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes that evolution can be hard for fans who feel like they have ownership over a celebrity's image.
Yeah, they feel like they know them personally.
Right, exactly.
So
yeah.
what's the takeaway here?
Yeah, what are we learning?
Are we just like a bunch of judgmental, fickle viewers or?
Yeah, are we just haters?
Yeah.
Or is there something deeper going on?
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both. You know, of course, personal taste is a factor.
Right.
But I also think there's like a lot of psychological and sociological things at play.
For sure.
You know, it's like this desire for authenticity,
Yeah.
this discomfort with change,
Yeah.
our obsession with the lives of the rich and famous.
Yeah.
It all kind of points back to our own anxieties and aspirations.
And I think we also have to consider the power of the audience.
Oh, absolutely.
Like user-generated content
Right.
and online platforms have given fans so much more power than ever before
Yeah.
when it comes to shaping how we view celebrities. Totally. It's not just the studio execs and the publicists calling the shots anymore.
Right.
Fans have a voice now,
Yeah, they do.
and they're not afraid to use it.
Whether it's to praise or criticize.
And they're going to share their unfiltered opinions.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
It really is.
It's a really fascinating dynamic, this whole relationship
It is.
between celebrities and their audience.
Yeah,
And it's constantly evolving.
absolutely. And I think as we move down this list, we're going to see even more examples of these like complexities playing out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely intrigued to hear your take on the next batch of annoying celebrities.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift are up next.
Oh, those are good ones.
Yeah. I have a feeling you're going to have some really insightful observations.
I can't wait to unpack those cases.
All right, let's dive in.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going down our list of the most annoying celebrities.
Okay.
And we've got two powerhouse women in music up next. Nicki Minaj at number 6.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift at number 7.
Oh, wow.
And it seems like they're being judged for almost opposite reasons.
Yeah, that is interesting.
What do you make of that?
What's the funny thing, you know?
Okay.
You've got Nicki Minaj, who some people think is like too much, too loud, too provocative.
Yeah.
And then you've got people who think that her image and her music is just like way too manufactured.
Right, like it's not genuine.
Exactly, like it's missing that spark.
Yeah, like she's trying too hard.
Right.
But isn't that part of what makes her so compelling?
Right, it's that boldness, it's that like unapologetic persona.
Yeah.
And I think that can be unsettling for some people, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when it challenges our ideas of what a woman should be.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you have Taylor Swift, on the other hand,
Right.
who people criticize for being too calculated,
Oh, yeah.
too polished, too perfect.
Yeah, like she's always playing the game.
Right, like always one step ahead.
Yeah. And while that's made her incredibly successful,
Yeah.
it's also led to a lot of cynicism
Yeah, for sure.
from people who feel like they can see right through it.
Like she's not being authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that tension, you know,
Yeah.
between authenticity and image,
Yeah.
which is so amplified in the age of social media.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There are even people who accuse her of
I know.
strategically, like, switching between pop and country.
Oh, yeah, just to win more awards.
Yeah.
Like it's all calculated.
Like she's playing chess,
Yeah.
not checkers.
Exactly.
And, I mean,
Yeah.
who knows if that's true or not,
Right.
but it's interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
People think that.
I know. It's like we want to believe that there's some puppet master behind the scenes
Right.
pulling the strings.
Yeah.
I think it's just like our own anxiety
Yeah.
about, you
Yeah.
know,
Being controlled.
control and manipulation.
Yeah. So it's not really about the music or the persona. It's
Yes.
more about
Yeah.
what's behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Moving down the list, we have Beyonce at number 9,
Beyonce.
Queen Bey.
What?
What could anyone possibly find annoying about her?
Right. She seems perfect.
Yeah, no. But even
I
Beyonce.
guess nobody's safe.
Yeah, even with all of her talent
Right?
and her global icon status,
Yeah.
she's not immune to criticism.
She's not.
There are people out there
What?
who think that she's arrogant
Oh, come on.
and full of herself.
Really?
Like they see her confidence and ambition
Yeah.
as a threat,
Interesting.
especially because she's a woman of color.
Oh, that's so interesting because, you know, those qualities might actually be praised
Oh, totally.
if she was a man.
Yeah, it's that double standard that
Yeah. It's so frustrating.
women in entertainment face all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they're damned if they're assertive and damned if they're not.
Exactly. Like, they can't win.
Yeah.
And I think with Beyoncé, her success really challenges what people think
Yeah.
women should be. So you know when she's up there being powerful and successful
Yeah.
and owning it,
Yeah,
it makes people uncomfortable.
It makes them feel threatened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a good reminder that
Oh,
when we
you're
talk
right.
about annoying celebrities,
Yeah.
it's rarely just about like their little quirks.
Right.
It's so often tied up with
Yeah.
deeper societal anxieties
Yeah.
about gender and race and power.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of powerful women,
Okay.
we've got Hillary Clinton
Oh, okay.
clocking in at number 12.
All right.
And it seems like her voice
Oh.
is the main culprit.
Her voice.
Yeah. Some people find it annoyingly droning and preachy.
Interesting.
It's funny how something
Yeah.
as simple as a voice
Yeah.
can become,
So loaded.
so meaningful.
Yeah.
Like in Clinton's case,
Yeah.
it's like her voice has become this symbol
Uh-huh.
for everything that people either love or hate
Right.
about her politics.
It's like they're hearing more than just her words.
Yeah, they're hearing their own biases.
Right. Their own preconceived notions.
Exactly. And I think that just shows,
The power of celebrity
Yeah.
to make us feel things
Yeah.
so intensely,
Yeah.
even if those feelings have nothing to do with like
yeah,
their actual talent or their accomplishments.
right. It's about the
it's just-
stories we create about them
Right,
and how
right.
we see them
Yeah.
in our world.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And before we move on to the next group,
Okay.
I have to ask about Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah.
Yeah, she's sitting at number 14.
Wow.
And some of the comments about her
Really?
are brutal.
What are people saying?
It's interesting because she's built this empire
Yeah.
around self-improvement and empowerment.
Uh-huh.
But some people
Yeah.
find her self-aggrandizing
Okay.
and they resent
Yeah.
her influence.
I can see that.
It's that classic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
love-hate relationship
It is
we have with these
is
huge...
cultural icons.
Yeah, we build them up and then we get mad when they don't live up to our impossible expectations.
And in Oprah's case,
Right.
his expectations are
Huge.
astronomical.
Astronomical.
She's not just a celebrity. She's like a
Yeah.
guru, a confidant,
Yeah.
a symbol of hope and resilience.
And when that image gets tarnished even a little bit,
Yeah.
people freak out.
Yeah, and let's not forget,
What?
the racial dynamics
Of course.
at play here. I mean,
Mm.
she's a black woman
Yeah.
who's had incredible success
Right.
in a predominantly white industry.
Right. And that challenges the power structure.
Yeah. And so her presence alone
Yeah.
is disruptive.
It is.
And so it's going to trigger some negative reactions from
Obviously.
people who feel threatened.
For sure.
So,
Okay.
are we ready to dive into the next group?
Yeah. Hit me.
Okay, we've got a pretty diverse mix coming up.
Okay.
Reality stars, actors, politicians.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, let's do it. This is fascinating.
All right. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's next on the list of most annoying celebs?
Well, we've got Khloe Kardashian coming in at number 16.
Khloe.
Yeah.
So I guess like her sister Kim,
It seems like.
people criticize her for not being authentic.
Uh-huh. And all the product promotion.
Oh, yeah. Like everything is about money.
Yeah, exactly.
And some people even find like her behavior
Oh, yeah.
on Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Right.
a bit much.
Well, I think it just goes to show you how much values change.
Yeah.
Like what people thought was cool a few years ago
Yeah.
could be totally unacceptable now.
Oh, for sure.
So celebrities really have to keep up
Yeah, they have to adapt.
if they want to stay relevant,
Yeah.
which brings us to someone who's no stranger to controversy,
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Yes.
And number 10.
The former president.
Yeah.
I mean, as you might expect,
Totally.
the comments about him are all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a polarizing figure.
Yeah. And it's like celebrities become
It was-
so intertwined with politics now.
It's crazy.
Like they're not just entertainers anymore.
Yeah.
They're expected to like,
Have opinions.
yeah, take a stand.
Yeah,
And then, of course, people get mad,
of course.
no matter what they say.
Right. You can't please everybody.
So it kind of makes you think,
About what?
like, what is the role of celebrities in a democracy?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Like, do they have a responsibility to be politically active?
Right.
Or should they just stick to entertaining?
Yeah, I don't know.
Tough questions.
All easy answers.
Okay, so we've got a few actors on the list, too.
Okay.
Like Charlie Sheen and Andy Dick.
Oh, yeah.
And people criticize them more for their personal lives
Right.
than for their actual work.
It's like their off-screen antics
Yeah.
overshadow everything else.
Yeah, and I think that just shows you how blurry the lines have become
Totally.
between public image and private life.
Yeah, in the age of social media, it's like impossible to separate the two.
Yeah, everyone's watching your every move.
Right, and so when celebrities do something
Yeah.
that doesn't match up with their persona,
Yeah.
it's like really shocking.
Yeah, and especially when it's like harmful or offensive.
Right, it makes you question
Yeah.
if you should still support them.
Like, can you separate the art from the artist?
Right. Is it even possible?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay, so before we wrap up,
Yeah.
one more thing I wanted to touch on
Okay.
that kind of stood out to me.
What's that?
Just the backlash against certain types of female celebrities.
Oh, interesting.
Like we see it with Rihanna at number 13
Okay.
and Ariana Grande at number 17.
Yeah.
They're both super successful pop stars,
Hugely successful.
but they get a lot of criticism
Really?
for their sexuality
Oh, interesting.
and for their relationships with men.
I mean, it's that double standard again. It's
Yeah.
like women can't win.
Yeah, like they're penalized for embracing their femininity and sexuality.
Right, like they can't be talented and attractive.
Yeah, and it's like, it's not even just in the entertainment industry.
No, it's everywhere.
Like, it's a societal thing.
Totally.
It's how we view women.
Yeah, it's about our values and our biases.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been really interesting
It has.
looking at this list.
Yeah, who knew that annoying celebrities could be so revealing?
I know, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about everything from overexposure
Yeah.
to authenticity
Mm-hmm.
to politics
It's all connected.
and how it's all changing.
Definitely changing.
So
Yeah.
what's the final takeaway?
I mean, I think it's safe to say that celebrity annoyance
Yeah.
is definitely subjective.
Yeah.
But there are also some objective factors at play.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, our culture
Yeah.
shapes how we see celebrities, and
Right.
as our relationship with celebrity culture changes,
Yeah.
so will our understanding of what makes a celebrity annoying. It's a fascinating thing
It is.
to think about.
Well, big thanks to you for joining me on this deep dive.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's been really interesting
Okay.
talking to you
Likewise.
and to all of you listening out there.
Yeah.
We'll leave you with this.
What's that?
What does your list of annoying celebrities
Ooh, good question.
say about you?
I like that.
Food for thought.
Food for thought.
Until next time, stay curious
Yeah.
and keep exploring.